Good evening, everybody. My name is Karen Straub, and I am one of the nurses at Affiliate Home Health. I am going to be doing my final paper on the CardioMEMS monitoring system for those with congestive heart failure. We'll start by giving a brief overview of congestive heart failure for those of you who are not nurses, and then we will talk a little bit about the CardioMEMS monitor and how it can help improve upon the cost of healthcare and also patient quality of life. Heart failure causes 1 million hospitalizations per year and affects greater than 5 million Americans, according to the National Institute for Health. 26 million people in the world are affected with heart failure per year. And the average heart failure readmission is 5 hospitalizations per year, which seems like a lot because it is. It is definitely a revolving door phenomenon and costs us greater than $30 million per year. Just to give you a little background on congestive heart failure is the heart's inability to pump enough blood to meet the demand of the body. This happens when the patient's heart is weak for whatever reason, whether it be AFib, whether it be blockages in the heart, or a history of hypertension that has just progressed over the years. When a patient eats too much salt in their diet or they drink too much fluid, the fluid tends to back up and it congests the system. So a lot of times you'll see these patients will gain 2 to 3 pounds overnight or 5 in a week, and that's all fluid because they're not watching their diet, they're not taking their water pill, or they're just not managing their fluid effectively. A lot of times their symptoms will be increased shortness of breath, a dry cough, trouble sleeping at night, laying flat, and increased edema or belly bloating. All of these things that I mentioned with the non-compliance contribute to rehospitalizations. However, in 2014, the FDA did approve the CardioMEMS monitoring system, and it is a wireless device that is implanted in the pulmonary artery, and it costs about $18,000 for the implantation, but it has already shown to decrease rehospitalizations by 43%. This is huge. This little tiny device is able to be inserted during a heart catheterization type procedure, and the patient then gets a pillow, if you will, that they lie on once a day, and this measures the pressure in their pulmonary artery and transmits it to a monitoring system that is in the cardiologist's office that a cardiology or heart failure nurse reads every day. And if they notice that the pressures are trending up, a lot of times they can intervene with whether it be extra diuretics or education to the patient regarding their diet or fluid issues. The cost effectiveness of this device has proven to be very cost effective, saving more than $44,000 per year. And it has been shown in research that the pressures actually begin to climb about a week to 10 days before the patient has any symptoms at all of heart failure, whether it be swelling or shortness of breath. Eligibility, the patient needs to be functioning on a New York Heart Association Class 3 and has had at least one hospitalization that year. Already we have been able to save like 40% cost to Medicare, and already it has shown that many studies have the patient going to the hospital only 2.19 times versus 3.18 times, which is much better than the average hospitalizations per year being 5. In conclusion, I will talk about the CardioMEMS system, congestive heart failure, and the cost and benefit of using this in home health. My hope would be to develop a protocol to be used for all patients that have CardioMEMS systems at home in order to improve the patient's quality of life and also prevent rehospitalizations. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to reply below or email me. Thank you. Have a good night.